Welcome to the Kind of Nerdy Girls podcast. Fandom, fun, funny.
Well, get ready for some shock and awe, guys, because Katie has the fun fact today. I have no idea what she's about to ask us, so I feel like you
came prepared. I'm stressed.
Wow, okay. Now, did you prepare with a gaming update?
Boy, did I!
Oh, yay, Johna, you got what's got Johna weeping?
Oh yeah, 100%.
We're actually prepared for the show today.
You're right. We're prepared today.
All right, and you're all ready for a Chris Evans update?
Yeah. That's what I live for.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Let's do this. It's time for the Kind of Nerdy Girls podcast. It's been a while since we've been together, the original three. So we're going to be talking up a bunch of stuff and probably laughing a lot. That's what we like to do. Joining us today with the fun facts so you can get to know us a little bit better. It's Gamer Katie.
Today it's fun fact, Katie. My fun fact of the day. Question for you guys. What was the last random thing you Googled? I'll go first. How much does a tiger weigh?
Wow.
I'm rewatching Tiger King and I wanted to know how much they weighed.
Why are you rewatching Tiger King?
Because it's a great show.
Garbage. Oh my gosh. What? I don't know what I've recently
Googled.
I don't know. Could I check my history and let you know?
I also Googled Clay Aiken recently.
Why?
Well, my coworker was playing Invisible, which is a classic, by the way.
Relatable.
Fun fact, I learned he actually ran for and got the Democratic nomination for the North Carolina House of Representatives one year.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Our boy, American Idol's Clay Aiken. Yeah. Who knew?
Ha! Well, I am shocked. Thank you, Katie. She'll be telling us what's got Johna weeping coming up. But first, what she's been Googling. Go ahead, producer Johna.
I don't know. But I will say the last thing that I remember Googling was, why do buses have to stop at railroad crossings?
So they don't get hit by trains?
Yeah,
basically. Yeah, so there was this whole story behind it. Like for real, there was this whole story behind it about this bus driver and BFE that because the law used to be that they just have to open their window. They didn't have to open their door too. And so the driver only opened his window and he only listened on one side. And then he went across the railroad tracks and a train smack hit him and killed him. So
whoa.
That's why. Yeah, I don't know how
dark.
true that is, but I was so shook. So yeah, that's why buses have to stop and open their side window and their doors at railroad crossings because they have to stop,
I have a
look,
question.
and listen.
If the train is that close, how did you not hear it on one side?
I don't know. But this was this law was made before there were stop arms and stuff. So So yeah, that was one thing I did Google. So.
Oh, okay.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you. Let's see. My name is KJ. I am the host of this crazy little show. And looking at what I have recently Googled, I Googled, let's see. I Googled.
Oh, she's filtering it. She's filtering.
Well, I Googled Prodigy Burger Bar because they're advertising now with Paranormal Crossroad. Whoop, whoop.
Do we get burgers?
I'm sure that we will. Yeah, they're in the family with O'Reilly's Irish Pub and Restaurant.
I love O'Reilly's. Yeah.
Oh yeah, good stuff. I Googled Ginger Cat Appreciation Day. Did you know that? I saw somebody else posted on Facebook about it, so I Googled to verify that that they had the date correct before I posted about it because I need to post about all things cats. So,
I also
so there you go.
How to make cake pops.
Did you?
Oh, that's a good one.
I did.
I tried, and I'm so bad at them.
I also Googled VetraScience Fast Balance GI Paste for cats. And you can buy it without a prescription.
Okay, cool. Good to know. Thanks for that info.
All right. Woo, woo. Wah, 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 wah. It's time. It's time for a Chris Evans update. Wah, 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 wah. It's been quiet in my subconscious. I have no Chris Evans dreams to share with you. I'm sorry to say. Trust me, I'm more disappointed than you are. But
I have
I
something
do.
to say about a previous Chris Evans dream. We can either come back to it or start here.
No, let's start right here.
Do you
go
remember
ahead.
when you helped Chris Evans pick out his clothes in that dream one time?
Which one? I've helped him pick out his clothes several
Fun
times.
fact I learned today, dreaming about helping someone get dressed is an omen of your death.
What?
Chris Evans is going to be the death of you, KJ.
No.
Yeah, I was listening to some random podcast that was talking about omens. It's like, oh, if an owl hoots on your roof, you're going to die. And they were all really weird. And that was one of them. Dreaming about helping people get dressed means somebody's going to die.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
So
Well,
you're
it
doomed.
better-
Anybody die
You're
after
doomed.
you had that dream?
No.
You're
No.
doomed.
I mean, I guess, now we're on death watch, but
I know. Well, I was listening to it while I was driving and I thought of you. I was like, uh-oh.
yeah. I don't know. Like, who decides that? Like, where is
I'm
the
looking at it.
evidence
Well, it
that
was really weird. It was like if a rooster, whatever the noise they make, the cockadoodle-doo,
yeah.
I'm sure there's a name for it. I don't know what other than the noise it makes.
When they
if they do
roost?
that at the middle of the night, that's also an omen.
Okay.
Sick.
Well,
Right?
I've
And
got
it's like random ones.
Sounds like
It's
an
weird.
episode of Supernatural.
It does. It does. Oh man, this is good stuff. Thanks, Kate. I mean, not great news if it's true, and you guys are starting your death pool on me, but it's very interesting nonetheless. Thank you, Katie. The Chris Evans update. Chris Evans is reuniting with co-star Scarlett Johansson for a romantic action adventure movie. Did you hear about this?
I sort of read about it, but I didn't read that deep into it.
The movie is called Ghosted, and it is set to be directed by Dexter Fletcher, who you may know from Rocket Man, and it's going to be written by Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick from Deadpool and Zombieland.
Oh, that'll be good.
Nice.
There is not a lot known about it at this time, but the Hollywood Reporter said it will be a romantic action adventure similar to the 1984 Michael Douglas, Kathleen Turner classic Romancing the Stone. Do either of you guys even know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
I didn't think so.
Kind of.
That might be one that you would go back and like, Jonna. I think that you would enjoy Romancing the Stone. You should give it a try. Disappointing news. This will once again be Chris Evans. He must have a deal with Apple TV because this is going to be an Apple TV thing. So, looks like I'll be getting Apple TV for another month whenever that comes out.
Relatable. I'm still paying for Apple TV. I don't even watch it, and I'm still paying for it.
Oh man, it's
I
the
know.
one
But
thing.
now I don't want to cancel it.
It's the one app I remembered to cancel. That's
Proud of you.
it. Everything else still going strong. What are you gonna do?
Actually, speaking of canceling, I got a new debit card, and so my Hallmark Movies Now subscription got canceled.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. They weren't okay.
I'm
To be
fine.
fair, they weren't really keeping as up to date as I would like them to, and my feelings were very hurt because all I wanted to do was watch my Aurora Tea Garden mysteries, and they only had like 3 on there, and I'm like, come on, guys, you guys have at least 30 of these movies out. Why do you
Aurora
only have
Tea
3 on
Garden.
the app? It's got
Do you
Candace
want-
Cameron Bure in it.
Oh, is she in all 30 of them?
She's
Wow.
Aurora Tea Garden.
Wow. I
What a
didn't
name.
know.
They're really
All
good.
right. All right. Well,
So,
I guess
Hallmark, if you want my money, please put all the Aurora Tea Gardens on Hallmark Movies Now. Thanks.
Yeah. Do your jobs.
so. I guess part of what's got Johna Weeping is not as much access to Hallmark movies.
Yeah.
More on that coming up. But first, it's time for a gaming update with Gamer Katie. Choo choo pew.
Hey guys, welcome to the show. Don't forget to like,
Look
comment,
at her
and
little-
subscribe. My little notepad.
Look at her little notepad.
I downgraded to smaller notepads.
Wow. What? Just because that was what you found laying around?
Because I bought it for $1 at Kroger when I remembered I needed paper.
Wow. Okay. All right. Good. Do you guys know I started writing my second book, and I started writing it in a notebook, and I can't find which notebook I started writing it in.
Well,
so
Honestly, that is very on brand for you, KJ.
thank you. There are some
KJ thing I've ever heard.
There are some pages somewhere with some really good stuff about my early radio career, and I was really just dishing on some things, and
sure.
now I can't find them.
Well, listen, now you're going to rewrite it, and then you'll be able to find it.
Yes, of course. All right, but this is not about me and my many unfinished books that I haven't finished. Clearly, this is about you, Katie, and your gaming obsession.
It's always about me, but thank you.
Yes.
As of right now, I am playing Skyward Sword, which is a Zelda game that came out on the Wii like more than 10 years ago. So I paid $10 more for a game that's 10 years old and made no differences, but I bought it again. It's pretty good. I'm enjoying it. Other than that, 3 new games coming out this month that I'm excited for.
3 that you're, I mean, I don't know in the time that we've, been doing this show that there have been 3 games total that you've been excited for.
I like all games. I have the problem that I play something new and I play it pretty much all the way through in one go. And then I have like a series of 5 games that I always go back to in between. So like those are my core games, my core memories. And then I just keep those close to my heart and I play them for years and don't change anything. And I play them the exact same way every time, even though I tell myself I'm going to play them differently for a different experience and I don't.
It's okay. I mean, we all have our comfort things, right?
Yep.
Like it's, I spent all day Sunday rewatching the first season of Matt Smith as Doctor Who. Watched it a gazillion times, but you know what? It was just like, I needed it again. And I could have picked a different doctor. I could have picked a different season, but it was the one I wanted. And I watched it again. So tell me about these 3 games.
One comes out today as we're doing this right now.
Okay.
This is a game I think you guys should play. Surgeon Simulator 2.
Is it like Operation
Simulator? You can play as co-op or you can play as yourself. It's like a really horrible computer-based version of Operation.
Okay.
I love it.
So you're a doctor, right? And you have to perform these surgeries. Like there's brain transplants and there's all kinds of random stuff.
Seems stressful.
But your hands are controlled by the mouse and the keyboard. And it's do you ever play QWOP where you're trying to get the runner to run on the track and it's like the worst controls ever? It's kind of like that. Yeah. But you're a doctor and you have to perform surgery on this person. So you can play co-op and it's worse. And like you can kill your patient in an instant and you can, whatever. But
why do you want me to do this?
Because it's so fun to play together.
Oh, okay.
Like watching people struggle through this game is the highlight of my life.
You're so dark, Katie.
It is so
dark
fun because the controls are so bad that like it's impossible to perform this surgery. And then they have a version where you play in a moving ambulance and all your stuff's like flying around like while you're trying to do surgery. And then the back door flies open and the brain falls out and you're like, well, I failed. I love that game. Is
this something like I could be at home, you could be at home, Johna could be at home, and we could all log in and we could try to do surgery together?
We have to play on the same keyboard.
Okay.
Because you would control one hand and I would control the other.
Oh, okay. Well, it sounds like we need to get together.
Comedy. Trademark.
The comedy.
Ooh, that could be the next thing we do on our Twitch. It's been a while since we've been on Twitch.
I think you guys would love it.
All right. All right. Well, remember this, Katie. We have lots of ideas on this show and things that like, oh, we should totally do that. And then we don't.
This is one I think we should actually follow through. Like Dungeons and Dragons. We should absolutely follow through.
Yeah, someday we will. I blame
We need
COVID.
a DM. We need a dungeon master.
Carl from PopCon is, according to him, he's a great DM. So according to Carl, he's a good DM. And I think that he would be.
You call him and you tell him that we are going to play.
Okay. All right. I mean, I've done that like 12 times. He no longer believes me. Like,
He probably
this it, Carl.
KJ calls it
It's really going to happen this time, Carl. We're really going to play D&D.
promise.
No longer believes me. By the way, PopCon set dates for next year in June. So
Hey.
PopCon
June.
will be back. Yeah, it takes it takes
Don't
a
you know
whole
it takes a
year.
year of planning?
Takes a whole year. They don't get it. They take like 2 days off and they start back up on it.
Do we get to commandeer the whole show again?
I hope so, but also I would like to sleep. So
I would like to make a request to not sit at the booth the whole time.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I think we can work that out.
Too. Yeah.
With it not being in July, we will not. Maybe we won't have the Christmas tree because we're not doing Christmas in June.
Well, then
we're gonna have to come up with a whole new concept.
I know.
What rhymes with June?
What rhymes with June?
Prune.
Moon.
Oh, no, moon.
Soon.
Lagoon. SpongeBob theme. We could do the Blue Lagoon. Or Goo Lagoon, whatever they call it. I don't know.
Blue
Are there
Lagoon
any holidays in June?
The Blue Lagoon in June.
Yeah.
It's a good thing we have a year to work on this. None of these are good ideas.
Wow. All right. Thanks for rejecting my creativity.
What are we going to do with the Blue Lagoon in June?
Put little bikinis on the Christmas tree.
Christmas in July doesn't rhyme with July. Like, it doesn't have to rhyme.
Okay, but what holidays do you know in June?
Besides Father's Day, none.
Yeah, and there's nothing happy about that.
No. What did you say?
Applesauce Day.
You're just looking up dumb holidays now.
Okay, it's not dumb. I like applesauce.
I also like applesauce a lot, actually.
We could do some sort of countdown to Christmas in July.
A countdown to a countdown?
Yes. It's a Christmas in July preview. I don't know. We got time to figure this out. We should not be wasting people's valuable time while they have
47 days of Christmas in July.
Starting in June.
No, Christmas in July.
There we go. July. Oh, I like it. All right. Now we're getting somewhere. Patch is going to be so mad.
He's just going to be mad he didn't think of it, okay?
Yeah, that Christmas tree is going to come out in June. He's going to be so mad.
You just have to decorate it for different holidays.
Okay. So let's see. Did you get through all 3 games?
Other 2. On the 10th, Life is Strange, True Colors. It's a spinoff of a really good game that made me cry. Okay. And Death Stranding. You remember that game that I actually couldn't explain the plot of the game if I tried?
Blue Chickens?
No, but it had Norman Reedus in it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that one. It's getting a director's cut at the end of the month.
Oh, they do
I'm
directors?
not sure if the director's cut will actually make more or less sense, but we'll see.
They do director's cuts in gaming?
Right.
They do now, apparently. Where it's like just random extra content and, plots and things like that.
Oh, it's a money grab.
And I'll buy it.
Yeah, you will. You will. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thanks, Katie. That was really, really informative. Much appreciated. Really, it means a lot that you came to the show with such great content.
Thank you for appreciating my hard work and my efforts here.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you guys appreciating me.
Now, Katie, I did want to mention that the bonus episode that went up this week was our interview with Hanson. Now you remember we were talking about this a while back, that I may pull that out of the archives, and I know that neither one of you really recalled it. And Johna, I will tell you that you were not there for the interview with.
I don't even remember this conversation.
When am I ever there when we interview people?
Okay, but Katie, this was it was Zach Hanson. And it was when they were coming to the Indiana State Fair on their tour where they were playing with a symphony.
This is a different era in my life that I have no memory of anymore. Go on.
So I'm like going back, listening back to it, right? And I'm like, freaking Katie is right there. Except that it was like baby Katie before she was interviewing people like from Red Dead Redemption and doing moderation.
When I was bad at this.
So it was just an occasional like,
You know what this was? Because I only remembered Bop-a-Doo-Wop, And that's all I knew.
But the thing was, Katie, go back and listen because the whole thing is about gaming. He's talking about how he plays Destiny and Breath of the Wild.
And I get nervous.
We're talking about Gen Con. I'm like literally listening back to this thing and I'm like, Zach Hansen is talking about everything Katie knows and loves. And she's like, oh.
Yep, at 100%. This was in the era in my life where I was afraid to interview people.
Relatable.
I don't even remember this interview.
Oh my gosh.
You forgot all about it.
You need to go back and listen to it because you're going to be like, why was I not talking to this guy?
Can we call him again and have a redo? Do I get a do-over?
Maybe. I can, tweet him. I can tweet him. Say this.
Hansen, I know you're not busy. So come on the show and let's talk about Breath of the Wild 2. Let's redo this.
So yeah, if you haven't listened, please, the episode before this one is from the Kind of Nerdy Vault featuring Zach Hansen of Hansen and the occasional Katie.
That's my interview strategy. It's my interview strategy. Let me tell you something. I like to pretend I've never existed before this exact moment right now.
Okay, that's fine.
I just block it all from my memory.
I will tell you, I'm very proud of you. And if you went back to some of my early interviews, I did the exact same thing. I take you way, way back. When Julie and Steve were the morning show on WZPL here in Indianapolis, I was in promotions and they asked me if I wanted to come in because they were having James Marsters from Buffy on. And I was like, yes, I do. Yes, I do. I totally want to be on. And I put my headphones on. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be on the phone with the guy that plays Spike. And I did the exact same thing. Oh,
oh, you get the fake laugh.
Basically me.
Yeah, pretty much. My fake laugh is the favorite.
So just wait, Johna. There's some experience that comes along with this, and eventually you will be like Katie, and you will be leading panels at PopCon and talking to your favorite people. And
I can tell you the exact point it all just clicked, and I just got better at this. It was when I started this podcast, actually, and y'all forced me to talk to people.
You're welcome.
I get that.
Yeah. Before that, I was like, interesting.
Yeah, I know. Really? Oh, Breath of the Wild.
Oh, yeah, I like that game.
That's all you got?
That's nice. Yeah, I like that game. I don't even remember talking to Hansen.
You didn't. Trust me, you didn't.
Well, it exists, so I guess I did.
You sat in a room while I talked to Hansen.
There you go. See, that's what we're talking about.
I do that a lot too.
All right. Boo, choo, choo, wah, wah, woo, woo, choo, 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 wah. It's time for What's Got Johna Weeping.
Interesting.
This is what they're gonna do to me the whole time.
No, and then you got to say, go on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
you guys, like I do the bus drivers when they call in. I'm like, go ahead. What do you want?
Oh really? Interesting.
Right. So interesting.
All right.
I'll call that school right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Totally.
Okay, so besides my Hallmark Movies Now subscription being canceled, which I'm sad but not sad about at the same time, I watched, and I'm pretty sure, shout out to Donna Duncan in Colorado.
We love Donna.
I love her. She's
Kind of Nerdy Network. Join us on Facebook. It's free.
She recommended to me
join
Kind of Nerdy Network.
Why haven't you joined us?
She's gonna come to your house and threaten you if you don't.
5 million strong. No, I'm just kidding. We're not that many strong.
We're like 1,280, I think. Come on, get us to 1,300. Come on.
We're like 0.000005 million strong.
Yep, that's us. All right, go ahead, Johna. Go ahead.
She recommended me this book that I tried to listen to an audiobook, but the narrator for the audiobook was awful. So I couldn't listen to it. I couldn't do it. Her voice completely took me out of it. I was like, nope, I can't
Can you please give us your interpretation?
It was like a really high pitched, like British, like hello. Like it just was awful. She went up the stairs looking around like she was lost. Like what the? No, I hate this. So I stopped listening to it.
So you're telling me you couldn't get into it?
I couldn't. Her voice. There's certain you guys know, like you can only listen to certain people's voices for like a long amount of time.
The amount of people who've said that about me, Johna. Woo!
0.00001 million.
6 years now, so you know.
You've gotten used to it.
Yeah. But like her voice,
it catches some people off guard at first. If this is their first time hearing my voice, it'll grow on you. I promise.
Like, what? But it's called The Last Letter from Your Lover, and it's got Shailene Woodley in it and a bunch of other people, but I only know Shailene Woodley because I love her very much. And it's about, so the beginning of the movie starts where she comes home and she has no memory.
Ooh, it's like a soap opera.
Kind of. And so she finds this letter and she's like, what could this letter be? And so it's like bringing back like all these memories and stuff, but she can't like exactly remember. Turns out she was having an affair with this guy who interviewed her husband for like this newspaper article. And she got into a car accident trying to meet him at this because they used to write each other letters back and forth. Because so y'all, I tell you what, I had sobbed, okay, like real hard, because they had every chance in the world. Like after she lost her memory, like before she lost her memory, they were going to meet at this boat and go to America together because you know that's what you did back in the day. You got on a boat and went to America.
Oh yes,
yeah. But she got into a car accident and then she lost her memory, and then her husband with his bleep. I'm not gonna say it because
I know them. I know those bad words.
I know those bleeps.
Yeah, he told her that because he like found out about the affair or whatever, but she had lost her memory. So he told her that the guy that she was in love with died in the car crash with her, and that is not true.
Juicy.
I know, right? So I was upset, right? So then she they run into each other again, and like all her memories come back, and I'm like, oh man, this is insane. Like, they're totally going to get together now. And she's like, oh, no, me and my husband have a daughter now. And I was like, no. Now you're going to stay with him because you have a child. And this is some bullshit.
This is very convoluted.
I was so upset.
It's a lot to follow.
Yeah, it is a lot to, but it's such a good movie. Like, the quality of acting and the script, like, it's so good. And then she's like, you know what? I'm going to leave my husband and I'm going to go with him. But then he leaves early to go back to America.
I'm stressed.
He left her.
He left because she said she wasn't going to go. She was like, I'm not going to go with you because I have this child that I have to raise with my husband. So he leaves. So then they, of course, miss their chance again. So parallel to this story is this, oh God. And she's been in so much stuff and I can't remember her name. But she's like a journalist in like present day.
Okay.
And she finds like these letters and she's trying to like put together the pieces as to like what's going on. And then plot twist, turns out both of these people are still alive, which is great.
What?
But they're like old or whatever. So and they
really missed their chance.
Or whatever.
Oh, but they didn't miss their chance because she was like, I'm gonna write her a letter. So they like wrote letters back and forth, and they're like, I want you to meet me in the very first place that they met ever in secret for like one last time. They're like, I'm gonna give it one last shot, and if she doesn't show up, whatever. And then she showed up, and then I just sobbed like the whole time. And then in the process of these two old people reconnecting and finding love, the girl who's the author, who's like doing the journalism thing or whatever, she finds love with the guy who works in the archives department at her job.
Wow. That is a lot. Mark that down. Katie and I not only agreed, we said the exact same thing. That is a lot.
It is a lot, but it's really good. Like it's kind of hard to follow. But
where did you watch this?
It's on Netflix.
Okay. All right. And I will say, Johna, I was a little distracted while you were talking because you were moving around. And I believe your shirt says, I drive our future.
I don't,
but
though.
I thought it said, I drink our future. I was like,
It makes me want to drink, I'll tell you.
Me too.
It makes me want to drink, I'll tell you. No, I drive our future, but I don't actually drive the buses because F that.
You tell the buses where to go.
I ain't
Kind of.
dealing with those dang kids.
Mm-mm. You know where you can
Definitely
go,
not.
bus? Tell you where to go. You know where
I
you
can
can
tell
go.
you where to go, but I won't. I'll be nice.
I tell our
Anyway,
future
The
where
Last
to
Letter
drive.
from Your Lover. It's on Netflix. Go watch it. It's really
Are
good.
we gonna ignore that? Like most of the characters in this movie sound like bad people.
Yeah, they're all terrible. They're all
Man.
just
Her
making bad
husband's a
choices.
terrible person too.
Yeah, but so she.
Okay, they're all bad people, but they all find love, and that's all that matters. Excuse
Okay,
me.
bad people find love too. Is that the moral of the story here?
Yeah, everyone deserves to be loved the way that they want to be loved, ma'am. Excuse me.
Even if they're bad.
Even if you throw away your life with your child.
Look, man, she was ready. She was like, you know what? I'm going to leave my husband and take my kid to New York City because the main character is originally from New York City. And she moved to London because she
I
married
can't
her
keep
husband.
up with this, John. I can't.
So you're telling me
Come
this
on.
is
You guys
all
gotta
Henry
watch it.
Ford's fault for inventing the car. Got
You
it.
guys-
Great.
You got to watch it. You got to watch it. I know you
All right,
won't
guys.
watch it, but like if anyone out there is listening, which, you know, we have like 3 listeners, so like whatever. But
What
if
are the
anyone out
odds?
there is listening.
What are the
Please
odds that
go watch
anyone
it.
does what we tell them to? We don't even do what we tell each other to do. We
You're right.
recommend things that we never do it. Yeah.
You're
So
right.
what makes us think that anyone listening to this does anything that we tell them to?
You're right.
Have they rated, reviewed, and subscribed? No.
Hey, review and subscribe, damn it. I need money. I want to quit my job.
Right? This is our moneymaker. This is driving our future right here. Come on.
Uh-oh. We're in
We're
trouble.
I know.
You don't want me driving your future, I promise.
Driving it off a cliff.
Into a river and that. So
All right, guys. Binges and books. 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 Binges and binges and binges and books. Woo! Binges and books. Woo! We got to binge a book. Katie?
You guys are going to love this. So, one of my favorite older TV shows from the early 2000s is on Hulu. And I've been
Ooh.
binge watching it with my husband.
what is
Take a guess.
it? Barrettes.
It's Wife Swap.
Oh my god, I remember Wife Swap.
How well has
Wife
that
Swap.
held up? I mean,
Oh my gosh, so good.
really?
I love this show so much. The producers were sitting there going like, what are the most 2 opposite dramatic families we can find?
Mhm.
So like the last episode I watched was it was this like they were circus performers. Like that was their job. And then like their kid could escape a straitjacket and
I think I saw this
with
one.
like a super like really rigid religious family or whatever. And then there was another family that pretends it's the medieval ages or whatever. Like they homeschool their kids and they dress in like medieval garb and they play the harp and they play Dungeons and Dragons. So they like just a living stereotype.
Like
And
all
they
the
swap
time.
lives with like this like work hard, try hard family, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah, it was very weird. Like who sits down and chooses for their family? We're going to live in the medieval ages.
There's
We're
not
gonna-
even electricity then.
We're going to eat meat and radishes for dinner every night.
Katie,
We're going to
if
play
anyone-
Dungeons and Dragons.
If anyone was going to do it, it would be you.
Okay, just because I like Renaissance fairs, cool, but I'm not going to live my life like that.
Hey, did you know there's a castle in Indiana and that there's a Renaissance fair there in September?
No, but it is also September, so I'm going to need the details.
Okay, so I went looking for a nice gift for my bonus parents for their 50th wedding anniversary, and I'm like, there's got to be something cool in Indiana. Like they're older, they don't want to go, like they don't want to be around a lot of people. I'm like, I can find them like a bed and breakfast, like something secluded they could go feel good about. And so I was looking, and sure enough, look up Clayshire Castle. It's in town in Indiana I didn't know existed, Bowling Green, Indiana, and it is an actual castle and it looks incredible. And they have like 5 different rooms and they have over 100 costumes. I know, you see it, right? They got over 100 costumes so you can dress medieval.
They have knife eating, live combat, a marketplace. They have food and beverage, local craft beer.
I'm just saying, it's going to be a great time. We're going to do this, and you can rent the whole castle out for like $1,000. Like if we got enough people, because it has
it's that easy.
5 big bedrooms and stuff. I mean, if you got like 10 people, that's not bad.
That's doable. Yeah,
10 people, $1,000, stay at a castle and own it. Yeah,
Garrily.
Yeah. Oh, I like it. All right, binges and books. Johna, what you got for binges and books?
Not really a whole lot. I've been well, if we're talking about binging books, I've been binge buying books.
You do that all the time. What else?
Problem. You just buy books and you don't read them.
Okay.
Hey,
A, I feel attacked.
Hey.
B,
I'm feeling very attacked.
like who? I don't blame you, girl.
Okay. Okay, look, my friend wanted to go to like these bookstores that are like in Greenwood because they're like super cheap. They're like buy 3 get 2 free or some crazy thing like that. And I was like, yo, and they're like a used bookstore, so the books are like mad cheap. And I'm like, all right, bet, let's go. So I went to like 4 bookstores in one day. I went to
bless you, Katie.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I don't know. I went to these 2 bookstores in Greenwood. One is like Red Dog Books. One of them is, I don't know. They're like sister stores. I can't remember.
Okay.
And then I went to Half Price Books, and then I went to Barnes and Noble. So like I bought and then I just went to Half Price Books the other day because Katie told me to. She was like, "You're sad? Go to Half Price Books. Get you some books."
Mm-hmm.
So
all right.
I went and got books that I only had to pay $3 for because I had a gift card I didn't know about.
Oh, very nice. All right. I will, I'm not judging you, whatever makes you happy. If you want to have books that you don't read, have books that you don't read.
I'm
get to them.
I'm trying to make a library. So
You'll get there. You'll get to them.
I'm going to buy another bookshelf though.
Okay.
That'll help me out a lot.
Yeah, that's what you need. More bookshelves for more books you're not going to read.
Exactly.
I feel attacked.
All right. Well, I have things in both categories. I do have, I have a book that I think that you would be interested in knowing about, Johna. So I asked a couple weeks ago for book recommendations on my KJ On Air Facebook page, and I got 500 comments. I was like, oh my gosh, and that I will never read
Didn't
all
know
of
you
these
knew so
books.
many readers, huh?
Now my next book is just 500 comments. Like that's what are you reading right now? All 500 comments on my book recommendation post.
Any good ones?
Yes. Well, what caught my eye was a post that started with, "Please don't laugh at me, but
Those are always the good ones.
there's a YA series I want to tell you about." I'm like, girl,
I love YA.
You're the target demographic for young adult books. Go on.
I'm like, bring it on. And it's it's set in high school. Fantastic. I always love that. It's got vampires and it's got cats and it's got lots and lots of love triangles and dramas. And I'm like, boom.
Oh, that's right up your alley.
This is the book series for me.
What's it called?
It is called Marked, and it is by PC Cast and Kristen Cast. And there's I don't know.
I've heard about that series. I've never actually I've seen it when I go to the bookstores and stuff, but I've never actually I know that has actually read it.
Johna, I feel like this was it's like a series that is meant for you. I mean, it's kind of Twilighty,
girl,
but different because so in this universe, humans know, and it's normal, they know that vampires exist, and kids get marked, and then they get pulled out of high school and pulled into the House of Night, and they have to go through the change to become a vampire, and not all of them survive it, but they do get all beautiful
for them.
I know. Oh my gosh, I'm just right now I'm on the second book. Johna, you know how long it takes me to read a book, right? And since the last time you and I talked, I am already on the second book in this series. That is saying a lot. I know. So the second book is called Betrayed. I haven't gotten to the part where she's betrayed yet. I'm still trying to figure out who's betraying her. I have some ideas. But one of the main characters just died. And it's like, it's so awful when you're reading a book and like, I could see it coming, right? And you're like, just keep reading and you're in the main character's head and you're like, are you stupid? She's over there dying. Like, oh my God, can we get to the part where you realize that your friend is dying? But it does have, it does have cats. Cats play a big role in this. The cat chooses you. There's lots of cats in the vampire world, and it's very special when the cat chooses you. So that is my book. And then binging, we've been watching Marvel What If, which has been tons of fun. We had the whole Steve and Peggy storyline of what if she became Captain Carter, which was awesome.
What's going on? I've only seen the first episode.
It is. So every episode,
are they like intertwined?
Not yet. So every episode is like something changed differently. So last night was a Doctor Strange episode, and it was, instead of him being in the accident and losing the use of his hands, he's in the accident, and the girl that he loves is in the car at the same time, and she dies. And so he goes on this. Yeah,
so
it was. I'm telling you, like,
because he didn't need his hands to work.
No, he becomes Doctor Strange because he wants to figure out how to bring her back to life, and then he's like screwing up the universe over and over because he's obsessed with bringing her back to life.
Kind of sounds like the plot of the new Spider-Man movie.
It was very stressful.
Oh my God, Katie, what a good segue. I was just going to say, can we talk about the new Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, please?
Yes, please. Go ahead, Johna.
Oh my God, I loved it so much. It was my favorite thing ever. And like, I just...
Why was it your favorite thing ever?
Because I feel like I've been waiting on it for like a very long time. And like, it makes you feel so bad for Peter because like now everybody knows who he is. And I was I just be on TikTok all the time and I follow all these people who have all these theories and they're like, oh, well, Peter's going to mess up the timeline with Doctor Strange and like all this other stuff. And I was like, oh no, this is terrible. And then they said something about Mephisto coming maybe. And then stuff. And I was like, oh, I can't wait.
But the last 3 seconds of the trailer, Johna.
I know, but I'm very, very excited.
Doc Ock is back.
Yes.
And I'm excited.
Are you excited about that, Katie?
This is like something I actually like about the Spider-Man with the Tobey Maguire.
Okay.
What's the bad guys?
Okay.
Like Green Goblin and all that. So
that
good.
Green Goblin?
Willem Dafoe. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Not my so good. Okay. And I'm so here for it.
Okay. So yeah, there were a lot of people. I mean, I think it just kind of depends on, where you were at. Some people didn't even get the whole Doc Ock thing. Like, why is that a big deal? It's like, no, that's a big deal.
I about pooped my pants. I was like,
it was fun though, you guys. I like totally lost track of time. And you know that Shang-Chi is out this weekend. Like we have a Marvel movie out this weekend.
See it. I want to.
Is this like the pre-pandemic? The before times?
I mean,
before times.
So what I understand, this is going to like, you have to see this to understand like where the MCU is going. He's going to be a very, very important character moving forward. And there's ties in not your favorite, Katie, but you know how Marvel is so good at this. So there are ties all the way back to Iron Man and Iron Man 3, like things that were going on that we didn't really realize that have implications in this movie now.
Oh, I know what I'm doing on Saturday.
So you're telling me this guy's been around for like 10 years and hasn't done anything until now. Got it.
Well, nothing that was on our radar.
Okay. Gotcha.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm probably gonna buy tickets now.
Well, there were a lot of people.
It's a Marvel movie. I'll buy it.
Because of the way that they did the Mandarin storyline in Iron Man 3, people were really mad about it. And because that's not the way, it was so not the way it was in the comics. And so, Kevin Feige was kind of like, get ready. There's been a plan. Like, sit tight.
I don't have to explain everything to you right now. God, be patient. Put on your patience.
And I know, Wong from Doctor Strange is in this as well. So I think there'll be enough stuff that is familiar that even if the title is making you think I don't know, is this a Marvel movie I need to see? Yes, it is. 100%. And
I'm going to see it.
Dude, there are rumors that if we don't show up at the theater for like, I can't imagine Marvel would do this, but there are rumors that if we don't show up at the theater and make this one big, that they're going to delay the Eternals again.
Are they petty enough?
I did hear that. Oh my God, I heard that and I was so mad. I was like, are you joking me? Like, you just gave us a trailer for the Eternals and now you're going to be like, you know what? Just kidding.
Yeah.
We're not going to do that.
I mean,
yeah.
Marvel, get your head out of your butthole and just give us what we want, okay? I'm tired of waiting for things.
Well, it's all about the money, and they can't be going bankrupt, not making the money that they've
like
put
they're
into
anywhere
these.
near bankrupt. Okay.
Bankrupt.
No, but think of what they put into these movies. If they don't make that back, they can't keep making movies at the level we expect them to.
Endgame pretty much paid for like the next 10 movies by itself.
Mm.
So they are not anywhere near bankruptcy. Don't you worry.
Shang-Chi is going to kill this weekend, and it's coming out on a 3-day weekend. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah, but in the past movies that have come out on Labor Day weekend, they typically don't do big releases on Labor Day weekend because they don't do well.
I will buy 10 movie tickets and go see this movie one time.
Just because you want to see Eternals?
Just because I want Shang-Chi to do well. Just like everyone wanted Black Panther to do well, I want Shang-Chi to do well too.
Yes.
And I don't think it's very fair that Marvel is resting I'm sorry, I'm getting very upset about this.
Well, you should know that this is not confirmed. This is rumor
I know,
that Marvel
but I'm saying
allegedly.
This rumor, if it turns out to be true, I don't think it's very fair for Marvel to put all of that weight on Shang-Chi's shoulders. That is not polite. That's rude. And I hate that.
All right. On that note, guys.
Okay, you can step off your soapbox now.
The Kind of Nerdy Girls are proud to be a part of the Just What I Needed network, and we certainly hope we were just what you needed. To support the show, you can get yourself some merch and show off that you are kind of nerdy. Go to kindofnerdygirls.com and click on the Kind of Nerdy shop. And while you're there, you can also support the show by getting access to behind-the-scenes footage, videos of our podcast, and never-before-heard episodes from our classic Kind of Nerdy vault. Just become a patron at kindofnerdygirls.com.